I joined AIV pretty quickly, but the longer I was in it, the more I found myself loving InterVarsity. I love how InterVarsity goes beyond just getting into heaven, but wants to see God's kingdom here on earth. The gospel is more than just our personal salvation. Rather, we have new lives and a new purpose to be part of God's plan to save the world. InterVarsity wants to see Jesus' kingdom here on earth. That's why they focus on racial reconciliation, which is coming to terms with our own cultural identities and appreciating the differences in other cultures. That's why they focus on fighting injustices like human trafficking and poverty. They want to bring physical relief as well as spiritual healing through the gospel. That's why they focus on global missions. They want to either develop long-term missionaries or send them. I'm really glad God matched me with InterVarsity so that I could see this greater vision of what we're called to do here on earth. Love God and love people. And grow in a community of people who are messed up, but saved by grace and strengthened to share the love and hope of Jesus Christ.
I started attending AAIV during my second semester at Texas A&M. It wasn't until I attended large group that I figured out what AAIV really meant, and they have really came through for me during my roughest semester here at A&M when I lost a family member. I didn't know how to transition back into my old life, and when I came back, the community of my Christian brother and sister had really reached out to me and given me so much encouragement and prayers that have given me both the strength and the courage to do what I need to do. And as a result of that, I was able to create many long-lasting relationships. So I definitely invite you to join our community so that you too can pursue God and grow in your relationship with Him.
InterVarsity retreats they're great. I mean, you go in thinking you get this small, concise Bible study, but in actuality it's so much more. The first thing I think when I go to one is just, wow, there are so many people here from schools all across Texas, and we're all gathered to worship Jesus. And it really changes my perspective when I'm able to see God's power and love in action. I'm able to see Him shape us into a community that is centered around Him and is filled with His grace, into a community that is supportive of one another and just seeking to raise each other up in our own respective walks with Jesus. Whenever I go, I feel refreshed and even renewed in my spiritual life. I feel empowered to go out and live my life as Jesus did. And it's because of these life-changing things that I highly encourage that you go out and go to one of these retreats to experience it for yourself. Because nothing but good can come out of it, so why not?
Evangelism. To many Christians, it's a scary word. I used to feel the same way. I used to think that it was reserved for the super holy, until I got plugged into InterVarsity. They taught me that it is not something you do when you're ready, but it's a calling that we all receive the moment Christ enters into your life. It's also a wonderful privilege to talk about God's love. Now when I think about evangelism, I think of the verses, "The Word became flesh and dwelt among us." Just as we use words to communicate with each other, God communicates His love to us through His Son, Jesus Christ. And just as Christ came down to this earth to pursue us, in the same way we are to go out and pursue other people with God's love. So wherever you are in your relationship with God, I invite you to come in this journey with us to grow in your understanding of the gospel and have opportunities to share God's love.
Hello. I just came back from an inner-city missions trip in New York. I learned about it through STEM, Students Training in Missions. STEM is a program that prepares you for cross-cultural experiences and connects you with programs that go all over the world. It's amazing. What I love about missions is that it really encompasses all of IV's vision statement: lives transformed, campuses renewed, and world changers developed. When you see social injustice, you can't just go home and do nothing about it. Seriously, you can't. You go home wanting to make a difference, and that's what IV offers. It transforms your life, and it teaches you how to become a world changer. We go out not just to share the gospel, but to live it out as well. So I want to share with you just one last thing, and that's that If God has called you to something huge, He may not be asking you to do something big on your own. He's probably wanting you to see that He's doing something beyond your imagination and asking you to take part in it. And if you want to ask me any more questions about STEM or my mission trip or anything else, feel free to find me. I'd love to talk to you.
So what does an AAIV small group look like? Well, to answer this, I came up with my own personal acronym. Basically at AAIV, we troll, T, talking. We do a lot of this. We socialize, and this is how we get to know one another. R, reading the Bible. We read the Bible and we go beyond the words on the page. O, outing. More than a Bible study, we go out as friends, just hanging out in College Station. L, liturgy. By this I just mean prayer. We pray together and learn to pray for each other. And lastly, L, live and leaving inspired to act. This is a big part for me and a big reason why I decided to become a small group leader this coming year. Now I understand that when you think of a Christian small group, you don't think of troll, but I troll you not. That these are things that I experienced in my small group and reasons why you should at least come and check it out.